kind of late. Everyone might be sleeping. Bums. Hell, it's like 9 o'clock. Yeah, somebody popped in. You gonna say hi? Or are you gonna just look at my beautiful face? Who's that? Little dirty, call out to Papa. Man, you parked like a boss. Get into my truck, get me some light. Hey, 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 hey. Drew Robinson, it look like. How you doing there, buddy? Try to find a place for this phone. No, gotta have lights on. What does this say? Welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Your guidelines, your privacy. No one needs privacy. Not much, Drew. Just finally dumping this load. I don't know if you've been watching any of my videos. The last couple of days I've been screwed. Oh, you have? So I'm at that DC finally a freaking door. And these doors, these guys are goofy. Let me show you here. Normally, I don't know if you can see, it's too dark. See the line next to the truck right there? Normally when you park in back into a door, those lines will be a lot closer to your truck so you can judge them better, so you can get in square at the door. Those ones are way far away, but whatever. We backed it in like a, what do they call it, like a boss. We try to find a area so I don't have to hold this thing. So what do you got? What's up with you guys? Everything cool and let me get this nasty vest off. This is a Walmart DC. This is where I almost got run over by a yard dog. So I don't go out of the truck without, it was at night too. I don't go out of the truck without a vest. I'm just not crazy enough to. Now that we're in the warm truck, we'll get the beanie off. All right, let's see, man. Yeah, boss. Damn straight, I'm a boss. I used to be a boss. Now I'm just a bum. I freaking wear sweats all day. What the hell? I try not to wear them when I go into terminal. Well, when I go into the terminal to go home, or if I'm like when I went to meet my dispatcher, you know, I actually put on jeans and stuff. But I don't wear open toe shoes or sandals and socks and all that good stuff. Okay, William, how you doing there, buddy? Nice to see you. Glad you came in. I watch your videos. William says I watch your videos. They seem to be the most truthful ones of them all. Hey, man, I'm not going to hide it. And I kind of feel bad because I kind of feel like it's going to turn some people off to trucking. But you know what? If it does, that's a good... Oh, man. That's a good... Hold that thought. Don't look at my butt. There we go, that's better. Had to make my bed. One thing I noticed in this little truck, I don't use the curtain back here, so if my bed's not made, you guys see it, and that's kind of embarrassing, man. But anyways, yeah, if it turns some people off to trucking and they go other routes, that means they can't hack what goes on here, and it's good for them not to get into this, because this can stress you the frick out. I'm stressed out right now. I'm really stressed out because of financial issues I'm going through right now, which I've never gone through. Last time I've been hurting like this, I was 18 years old. No, 16 years old. See, young like that. But, I mean, I'll get out of this. They've already redispatched me for a road that's got some pretty good mileage on it. The only problem is going to Denver, Colorado. Hopefully all the storms are done over there. But I appreciate it, you guys, for watching my videos. I really do. I love the comments, even though some of them, I'm hoping Timothy comes in here. He's always commenting in my videos, man. Sometimes it's hard to tell what the hell, man, what he's trying to say. I think he's from across the pond. Let's see. And sorry if I say your name wrong, because my eyesight's kind of crappy at night and day and anytime. Troy says, hello from Mississippi. Really have been enjoying the videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, my eyesight's really jacked up right now because I've sat in this truck all day watching Netflix. And whenever I'm in a dark or watch TV a lot, it screws my eyes up. So I'm going to apologize right now if I say your name wrong. Drew says, I think he complains a lot, but I do like the content. You know, there's a lot to complain about out here. And, you know, it's funny you say that. You're not the first person to say that. Maybe you're the guy in my comments who's mentioned that. But, yeah, it seems like when I was in business, I had an appliance repair business. And I would tell customers when they're like, oh, yeah, you did a great job. I go, yeah, you know what? You satisfy one person, you might get that they might tell one or two people. You piss that person off, they're going to tell everybody. Well, it seems like with YouTube or with doing YouTube, when things are going good, you just don't think about posting it. But when things are going crappy, it's like, damn, grab the camera and vent. I'm going to try to get some more of the positive stuff in there, you know, and get that in there. Let's see. William says it's not all glamour and glitter, dude. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely. And we got David. Yo, Dave, he says. What's up, David? Nice name. Sorry about that, man. A Swift truck was going by, so I had to watch it. I'm just joking. Actually, a yard dog was pulling it, so I wasn't as scared. And yeah, if you notice, I say scared. I just think scared is funny rather than scared. But I'm just joking. That was because earlier today or yesterday, I was on a message board. And I think I was talking to a Swift driver. He was bitching about why is Prime always bitching about Swift drivers? And I didn't bitch. I was just saying, yeah, no, dude, I know it's kind of screwed up that everyone bags on Swift, but hey, man, they're always in the news. Okay, let's see. Drew says, haha, you have to give yourself more credit, my man. So what's going down, David? Anything cool going on your side? Thank you, David, for loving the videos. And Troy says, why did you go with the smaller truck? Very simple, 5 cents more a mile. Do the math. I'll do the math in my head because I got smarticles. 5 cents a mile. So you go, say 10 miles. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Ooh, that's 50 cents every 10 miles. So every 20 miles, that's $1. So you go, say 100 miles in a day. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. Ooh. Those many dollars. Now, anyways, I'll try not to be funny on a live feed because I'm half retarded. For the money, you know, you make about 30, 35 bucks. Well, right now I'm not making jack crap, but from the miles I normally run, I could be, I'll probably average about 100. I hate when people do that. I'll average $100 to $125 a week more. That's not a freaking average. An average is I'll average $125 more a week more. So if I'm going to say between 100 and 125, why don't I just say I'll average about $115 more a week more? Okay, I'll quit trying to be critical. And you know what? I fit everything from Big Dirty into Little Dirty, and I laughed my ass off. I didn't know what color the truck was. All I know is when I went in there, I was crying to the gal behind the counter. Oh my God, I'm going to a lightweight. This sucks. She goes, well, how about we make it better and I'll give you a brand new one. Okay, that makes it a little better. So I laughed when I pulled up and it was a Mini Dirty. Yeah, when you're company driver, you don't really pick the truck, although you can go, no, do you have a different truck? And if they do, and she's in a good mood, they'll give it to you. But for the most part, they get trucks and they're gone as quick as they get them. So you don't really get to choose when you're company. When you're lease, yeah, you tell them, you know, no, I don't want this. They'll give you an option of this many trucks. If you don't want any, you wait for trucks to come back in. But anyways, yeah, it's for the money. But I fit everything in here. I'm probably going to actually go with the mini, like a mini refrigerator, so I can get more stuff in it, because they put a plate down on the floor that bolted where the seat was that you strap a full-size mini refrigerator on, you know, like those $150 ones from Walmart. I'll probably get one of those because I can get more freezer goods in here, which would be more healthy for me, because I love eating frozen vegetables. And if anyone goes, well, frozen vegetables aren't healthy, if you look this up, frozen vegetables are more healthy, are fresher and better than fresh vegetables. Reason being is because they're picked and they're flash frozen. Dude, I drove a load of vegetables from California to New Jersey. It took me like 5 days. So they not only did they get picked, but then they stayed on my truck for 5 days. Okay, to where when you get frozen vegetables, they get picked and frozen, and then who cares what happens to them? It takes them a while. I'm sorry, I'm not reading the comments. Let's get back to the comments here. Okay. Troy's, oh, I got that one. David says, loves your videos. Thanks, man. I love doing them. They're kind of fun. I'm starting to edit more videos together, make little longer videos. We'll see if people watch the longer videos. William says, I drove for Swift back in the 90s. They were a good company then. That's good. You know, well, now they merged with Knight, so they might get their act together a little more. You know, the problem is these mega carriers is their training programs are all the same. It's let's get them through, let's get them on the road, and the ones that survive, survive. You know, if it costs us a truck, it costs us a truck. You know, let's get it done. They're trying to push them out, and the turnover in this business is got to be ridiculous. Is got to be, because they don't tell you anything. You don't see really anything, and when you're out there in training with a trainer, you're not thinking of stuff. All you're thinking about is, I got to get my CDL, so I'm going to study on this. You're not paying attention to all this other stuff going on, unless you got a really good trainer. I think if you got a really good trainer, if I trained, I would get the guy I would get him set for a CDL, but once we hit TNT, I'm going to totally run him like if he was all by himself, to where, meaning, you know what? You're going to take it into the shipper. You take it out. Wake me up if you have a problem. This is how you do it. Once you're comfortable and think you can do it, you're going to do it. To where when I was in training, it was mostly, okay, you're going to drive here, I'll take it into the door. It just seemed like that. My trainer always took it in, always, you know, picked it up and dropped it off. Okay, let's see. Hold on, I see some of these. I still think Swift is a good company as far as mega carrier company goes. So, you know, they help out. Prime is pretty strict with their stuff, so this is going to totally come off wrong. But you need companies like Swift and CR England and Express that will take people that have a little bit more issues that they have to deal with. Because you know what? Trucking can take somebody that's just going the wrong way in life and straighten them right out. I think, anyways. Okay, David says, you ever going to get a dog? Dude, I have 2 Chihuahuas at home and a Maltese. My wife just freaking about 3 or 4 months ago rescued a freaking, you've seen him, Finn, if you watch my home video, rescued that dog, and now my daughter, what the freaking F, brings home a pit bull puppy. So yeah, man, I can just go pick a dog, and you want to come with me? Now my Chihuahua, the one I got after my two girls died, I had a Ridgeback Pit Bull mix and an Australian cattle dog, and they were both within 6 months apart from each other as far as age when I got them from the pound, and they both made it up to about 13, and they died 6 months apart from each other. And when the one died, my other little girl, she was all old and crippled, and she was just so depressed. So I went ahead and I had a Chihuahua years before and loved a Chihuahua, so I went ahead and got a Chihuahua puppy, and it perked my little girl up until she lived about another 3 months, and then passed away. And then my Chihuahua was sad when she passed away, so we rescued the other Chihuahua. And then the Maltese, she was homeless. She was like less than a year old. Somebody abandoned her in a park, and I found her. I was going to take her to a rescue, but my wife loved her. Our Maltese is kind of being not neglected. We're brushing her and washing her, everything. But when we lived in California, we used to have people come out every couple of months and cut her hair. Or we could take her up the street to cut her hair. Where we live at now, there's no mobile service, and to take her in is like a disaster. So my wife's trying to learn how to cut her hair herself. We're working on that, because Malteses, they grow hair like humans. It's just constant. Okay, let's see. Come on, baby. Are we back? We're back. Okay. I lost you for a minute. Why do they pay lease for the bigger trucks? I don't quite understand what you mean. Why do they pay lease for the bigger trucks? I don't know what you mean by that question. They don't pay a lease for the bigger trucks. Drew says, can't pull as much weight. What, with this little mini bitch? Yeah, that's why they pay, unless you're answering his question. But anyways, yeah, the little mini trucks, they pay you 5 cents a mile more because you can pull more weight and you get better fuel mileage. So it makes them more money and saves them money at the same time. So if I'm pulling 40,000 pounds like I would in Big Dirty, I'm gonna get better fuel mileage in Big Dirty. But I can pull, I think this truck is like 5,000 pounds lighter. So I can pull 5,000 more pounds. David says, name your truck Dirty Mo. Yeah, Dirty Mofo. Dirty bitch. And then David says, after Dirty Mo Racing. Oh, I've never heard of Dirty Mo Racing. She's kind of a dog, though, boys and girls. I think it's probably because she needs to break in. Okay, I store frozen fruits. Mango. Yeah, oh, God, mangoes. I love mangoes. That's why I want to get a bigger fridge so I can put some, goodies in there. Okay, what does that say? Big Rig Rex. That's a mouthful, buddy. How you doing? Glad you came in here with us. Let's see, what do you have to say? Big Rig says, you should see how us flats move onions. I've watched videos. That's kind of cool. You just load them up. They put them in these reefer units, too. You got to remember, guys, we haul dry freight in these trucks. I actually had what are they called? The women's undergarments, teddies and all that garbage, and makeup and stuff. And it was a dry load, but we still ran the reefer. It was in the middle of summer. We ran the reefer at like 70 degrees or 78 degrees or something. So we run dry loads, but sometimes the reefer's off. A lot of times on dry loads, we'll still run the reefer at an ambient temperature so it don't get too hot in the box. Okay, Troy says, message retracted. Interesting. What did he say? Okay, Fred, how you doing, Fred? I think the lightweight are 3,000 pounds lighter. Really? I heard they were 5,000, but I haven't looked them up. If it's only 3,000 pounds lighter, you can only pull 3,000 more pounds, and they're going to give you 5 cents a mile more. But so far, I'm only averaging about 7.5 miles per gallon. But wintertime, you get crappy fuel mileage because the treated fuel and the additive you put in. It causes you to get crap gas. I didn't say gas. You didn't hear that. Fuel mileage. Jay, how you doing, Jay? Jay says, how did you get your TV set up in there? I was going to set it up the exact same way I had it set up in Big Dirty, and at first I didn't think so, but right when I was finishing up for the day and getting ready to go home with the wife, I looked and I was like, wait, there's screws in there, but it was so filled up back there that I had to take the truck to the detail shop, which does all, you can get UCBs from them, used refrigerators, all kinds of crap, and they do it. They were going to take my seat out and then put a bracket down so I could strap my refrigerator and microwave down where the seat was. So I asked them about a refrigerator. We dropped again. Hopefully I'm back. They said, go get a TV mount from the company store, and it's $55 for us to mount it. And it was like, you know what? That will get it done. I wish I wouldn't have done it because I didn't know I was going to still be out there stupid. I was planning on picking the truck up in that morning and getting the hell out of there, but I had the APU issues and stuff. So if I didn't have them do it, I would have just mounted it the way I did in Big Dirty. But I kind of like it up there because I can actually swivel it and bring it up over here to where I can sit in the seat sideways like so and watch it. But I like it up high because now when you're laying in bed, you're looking up at it rather than bending your head down. So playing Xbox and stuff, it's kind of cool. I wouldn't have liked it like that in Big Dirty because if you close the curtains that go behind you here, it would bulge around the TV. But I don't think I'll ever close these curtains. I'll leave them, they're tucked up in the ceiling there. I'll use the ones that go around the windows just because that gives you a lot more room so you can dress and stuff. Okay, let's move on here. Man, my eyes are just jacked up today. But yeah, the mount was like $40 in the TV. That mount was probably about $35 if you went to Walmart, but I think it was $43 at the company store. I paid all this with my Comdata card, so it's going to go on my settlement, and I think they're going to take like $25 out, $30 or $30 out a week. I'll let you guys know when I do my paycheck video. Troy says, when starting out in trucking, how much money do you recommend having in the bank until you go solo? Well, Prime will give you, if you're going with Prime, once you get into PSD, your first week of orientation, Prime pays for your hotel. They put you up at a hotel and they pay your meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They bring in meals, or the hotel feeds you, and then at Prime they bring in your meal, maybe at the cafeteria at Springfield. So you're good for your first week. Once you pass and get your CDL and you become a Prime employee, now when you're in TNT, wait, how does that work? No, I'm sorry. Back up. Your first week orientation, they pay for everything. After your first week orientation and you start PSD, Prime Student Driver, they'll loan you $200 a week, and you can live off of that. You pay it back $25 a week each paycheck once they hire you. So you don't really need any money. You need to bring $150 if you're going to Springfield to pay for your tuition or orientation, or it basically gets you your jacket, your necklace, and also your permit. So you don't, $150 is all you need. When I went to Salt Lake, I came with my permit, so I had $100 for them, and I brought $400 with me because I didn't want to borrow money. But you tend to blow that money. I spent kind of a lot of money in PSD because my trainer, he likes to eat good. We'd go get, and I love oysters, so I wouldn't complain, but we'd go get oysters, $40 a pop. Paying, $20-30 Uber to get there, and then he'll pay it back. I spent a lot of money in PSD. Okay, David says, now you have a fridge, you don't have to eat out as much. I've always had a fridge on the truck, and I don't eat out much. I carry a lot of food in here, what I call emergency food. It's kind of just microwavable stuff that you can make with water. It's for sleeping at shippers and being stuck in dirt lots and stuff. And then I carry lunch meat, hot dogs, sausage, kielbasa, Brussels sprouts, things like that in the refrigerator to make food. But yeah, I always have food on here. But if I'm at a truck stop, I'll probably go in and get a Subway. I love Subway. Maybe some Church's Chicken here and there. But I try not to just blow through my food, because you can't really keep great stuff on the truck as far as healthy goes. I originally filled my refrigerator with salads, was eating salads every day. Well, after the second day, the rest of the salads are rotten in there because they expire and they go limp. David says maybe you can set up your camera so we can see some backing footage. I've been looking at different mounts. Backing footage is so boring, though. Really, if you think about it, there's so much of it. I mean, I just shoot the damn thing right in the hole. I mean, it's like woo. And every now and again, I get all screwed up, and I sit and laugh and go back and forth. And you really think I'm going to show you videos of that? You really think I'm going to show videos of me screwing up backing? You guys would think I was a pro, because all you would see is dead ass right in the hole. Man, I'll think about doing the backing videos. I want to get a my chest or something for my phone. I don't want to invest in a GoPro. I just don't want to invest in a GoPro and a harness. So I want to get something for my phone, because there's times I'm beating the crap out of those tandem pins trying to get it to slide. And these are all things that you guys could really enjoy seeing me struggle with. I was dragging a trailer around with goddamn back and forth out there beating it with the hammer. I mean, it would have been great video. There's been a lot of video that would have been good video if I could have strapped my camera to me. But when you're having these problems, you don't want to sit and hold the camera and try to do it, because it just don't work out. So I got to get some kind of a strap. I got to get like a tripod, or I want to get a chest strap. I looked them up and they make them. Let's see, I got lost here. Okay, Fred says you should probably have enough in the bank to cover your living expenses back home for oh yeah, you're right. I was thinking about what you bring with you when you go. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you need to be able to cover your living expenses when you're out training, unless you have a spouse or something that's working. When I came out here, I owned a business still, and I had an employee, so he was making enough money to keep all our bills paid and just keep us out of the red. I had the employee. He was, he couldn't do as much as he said he could do when I hired him, but I was keeping him on because he showed up and people liked him, and he was paying his wage and making us a couple $100 a week profit. But he was there for emergencies. Like, I broke my foot. I was out for 5 months before I came trucking with a broken foot. I couldn't walk. And he kept us afloat. So yeah, you definitely want to have money in there. And I still suggest have some, because when you go solo, you can get into trouble like me, where I came out here with a savings account. Trucking didn't take my savings account. Something happened. I don't want to get into the details, but I had some issues happen at home that wiped out my savings account, completely depleted it. And then right when we were starting to put a little bit of money back in the savings, my wife's truck freaking spits an alternator and eats 2 batteries, which was, whatever. I never asked her what she paid, but she took it to normally I do all the work on the truck. She took it to a mechanic, and they probably freaking raped her. So that hit us, and that put us in the hole. And this is all happening while I'm stuck in Wyoming, not running. So I figure, okay, let me go swap a truck out in a day, get a 34-hour reset in. No, that didn't work, and then this crap happens. So all I can do is just be happy, and you know what? They're being fed at home, so we're paying the bills. We're not losing anything, so we're good. Fred says for probably 3 weeks until you get a decent paycheck from Prime. TNT phase. No, TNT phased you immediately. Your first week, they pay you $700 a week. Okay. If it's winter time, I believe you get $800 a week. So you get the $700 a week no matters what, guaranteed. But if you go over, I can't remember how many miles, they'll pay you on top of that 14 cents a mile, which I almost got the 14 cents a mile every time. So it was always over. And then once your TNT's over, they've been doing this since I've been with Prime. I keep hearing them. They keep offering it. So it's probably something they do all the time. In this case, they're saying stay on the truck for winter. In my case, it was stay on your trainer's truck because we have a truck shortage. But after your TNT was over, they paid you an extra $300 to stay on your trainer's truck. So you're grossing $1,000 minimum. And usually, if you're a good runner, normally what I hear is 9 times out of 10, your trainer's going to hook you up with a couple $100 out of his pocket too, because you're making him a crap load of money. My trainer was supposed to do that after 3 weeks of not doing it, and then cashing in the $50 credit I had on my pilot card that I was using while filling, because he didn't have a pilot card, and he noticed I did that, and he went and sucked every day. He was like, nope, later, I'm out. But I was planning on staying with him through the winter. Justin, how you doing, Justin? Says, what's up, man? I leave for Prime, Salt Lake City on Saturday to start the 25th. Congratulations, you're going to see Troy there. You're going to be your go-to guy during orientation. Tell Troy that David says hi. He won't have a freaking clue who I am because he deals with so many people. Yeah, Salt Lake is kind of torn up right now because they're remodeling it. So all the classes or everything are in the above the service bays. It's actually pretty nice still. Matter of fact, no, the showers and everything are nicer, but they don't have any food there like they did when I was there. They only have vending machines with some crap in it. Keep us posted, Justin, on how your progress goes there. Jay, how you doing, Jay? I can't remember if I seen you in the comments earlier, but if not, how you doing? Jay says, I say you should have 3 months our bills money if you can afford it. If not, as much as you can. Correct. Jay also says, dang, my PSD trainer never left the truck. Now, one thing you got to remember, guys, a lot of guys going into trucking have no bills. A lot of guys are younger guys, just, don't really have any bills or anything. And then, man, I was talking to everybody there, and they all had a story. A lot of divorces, and they've put everything in storage, and they're coming out trucking. And then there was some husband and wife teams that were coming out. Troy says, I have a Class B with 25 years experience. Nice. Nice. You ever think about going Class A and getting into a real truck? Me in freaking tiny, mini freaking thing. When I was getting my APU fixed, the guys in the APU shop were freaking hilarious, man. They're a good old bunch of guys. Not my APU, my heater. They were all cracking jokes, and I told them, I go, yeah, man, I just went from a condo. I said, I feel so horrible. I go, I really think I'm going to start going into truck stops and suck. No, I'm not going to finish that. But it was man on man stuff, and they started laughing. I go, I just don't feel like a man anymore. But saying that, I was just joking with them because the trucks are so small compared to a condo, but plenty of room inside for one person. If you're gonna have a dog or anything, not enough room, but one person, plenty of room. Take the seat out, throw your fridge and stuff there, you'll be styling. The only thing I really don't have a place for yet is where I'm gonna put my jackets. I'm just kind of throwing them on top of my cleaning supplies down there. I gotta figure out someone, because I don't want to put them on my bed because jackets get nasty. Let's see. Big Rig as air fryers work well on the truck. Now, see, I almost said something really stupid. I was going to say, I don't like eating greasy foods if I can stay away from it. Duh! Air fryer, not a deep fryer. How does the food taste, though? Fred says you can buy yogurt. It lasts for about a month in the fridge. Oh, I didn't think about that. I love yogurt. That's like my sandwich bread. I buy wheat bread. I don't know why, but wheat bread lasts longer than white bread. Jay says, backing footage is only boring if you're the driver. People love to watch backing footage online. You know what? I watched a crap load of backing footage. As a matter of fact, now, this is going to kind of come off sounding braggy, but I don't mean it bragging. Yeah, I'm going to brag. Come on, guys. If you got to brag sometimes. But when I was on the training pad the day before my testing, one of the gals that I was in orientation with was on the training pad, and what made me feel super freaking good, this is my first time on the training pad, is my instructor sitting there playing on Facebook while I'm doing the maneuvers, and I'm just kicking ass at him. All of a sudden, the trainer and the other gal comes up, and they're talking for a minute, and my trainer calls me over, and he says, hey, man, do me a favor. Can you know her, yeah? He goes, can you take her in your truck and, you know, show her and talk to her about how to back and stuff? He was having me freaking talk to her about backing up a truck. The two trainers. You know, he said, get your perspective on it, because their perspective wasn't. Actually, my trainer's perspective didn't work, because she immediately hated his guts. You remember how my trainer is. And her trainer just wasn't getting across to her. Yeah, that was a little braggy, huh? Okay, Fred says, when picking up a new trailer, try to pressurize the trailer for a minute or two before attempting to move the pins. The trailer needs to be pressurized. Okay, that's a good thing. An actual better tip, what I always tell people, as soon as I hook to the trailer, I put my airlines on and I pressurize the trailer. Well, I freaking bring up, no, after I bring up landing gear, because that could freaking cause more weight on landing gear. But as soon as I'm up, I hook up on it. I do everything I need to do. The last thing I do is slide the tandems. And a couple reasons why I do that. Number one is, you know, all this pre-tripping. Oh, check for air leaks. Check for air leaks. Dude, when your brakes are set, you have no freaking air in any of your lines, at any of your brake chambers or anything, so you're not going to show any air leaks. That's when Big Dirty blew a line. I was bobtailing, and I could hear. I was at a Walmart too. I could hear it because the trailer was off, and now I could hear where it was coming from. So I had to. I took my triangle box and put it under the tire to chalk the wheel, so I could release the brakes and see where the leak was from. So I always release the air at the trailer just to make sure the glad hands aren't leaking. I change a lot of glad hand seals, even on trailers I'm dropping, picking up, and I just get more from the terminal. I didn't have glad hand seals with me once, and I had a screwed up one, and it sucked. I drove all the way to a Pilot with freaking air blowing out of my glad hand seal because it was damaged. But yeah, I air up the trailer right away so I can hear for any leaks. Plus, what I'm doing there is now it started the inflation system. I'll slide the tandems, get on a flat spot, release my brakes, see if my truck rolls at all. If it goes one way or the other, I know I'm going to be a slight heavy that way. And then I air up my trailer to do my right weight scale. But yeah, no, that's a good tip, man. Always air up your trailer as soon as possible, because yeah, I've noticed that there's some trailers where it takes a while for those pins to move. Usually the pins won't go. The pins I usually have a problem with, it will be like one pin stuck. It just won't go in all the way. And I'm racking the trailer back and forth, because normally when I go to release the pins, if I'm going to pull forward, I'll first back to take pressure off and then go forward. just to release, and you'll hear all the pins drop in. But I had this one trailer that one of the pins, you always had to smack it. And this could have been when you drove, 500 miles and got to your drop and you were going to slide the tandems. It did it on my pickup and it did it on my drop. But yeah, that's a good tip. That is definitely a good tip. David says, I'm going to grill sometimes when out on the road. What's your thought on that? Do think you. Okay, English is your first language too, just like mine. I'm sure you wanted to say, do you think? No, what the hell are you trying to say? Do think you would ever do that? Do I think I'd ever do that? I mean, I know what you're trying to say. I'm just reading it word for word. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I would probably only do it in the summertime, outdoors. I mean, unless you're talking about an outdoor barbecue. I'm assuming you're talking an indoor grill. But I would need a bigger refrigerator. If I got the full size with the freezer, I would probably do that. And honestly, I think if I go back to a condo, I think I would take the seat out and put the full size fridge in there, rather than this little one in the cabinet, just because for more freezer stuff. I don't know, though, we'll see. But grilling in the truck, I think the truck might get a little stinky. I do rice in the truck. I'll steam vegetables in the truck, but most of the vegetables I started buying are in the bags already ready to steam in the microwave. Fred says, the problem I see with grilling food is after finished cooking, cleaning everything up. Yes, absolutely. My trainer made a steak one time outdoors, and yeah, you had to take the thing indoors and scrub it in the sink. But I think crock pots would be good because you can get crock pot liner bags and do your thing, and then just pick the bag up and go throw it in the trash can, wherever you're at, not on the floor, not outside your truck, in a trash can. Trash can. Yeah, because even cleaning my little rice cooker, I clean it right after I'm done. I'll usually make enough rice for 3-4 days, and I put them in Ziploc bags and throw them in the fridge. And then it pisses me off because it's like I used to make such good fried rice at home with, I'd cook rice a day before, let it sit a day. Oh, my APU just fired up. And then fry it the next day with some chicken and vegetables. Maybe I'm gonna get that indoor grill thing, because you can do fried rice in that. I'm gonna get one for sure now. Damn it! I'll have to get a storage box to put on my catwalk back there to put this stuff in. Trucker Girl, how you doing? How you doing? Is that Trucker Girl Kiana, I believe is how you say your name? Hey, man. She says, hey, man. Damn, my eyes, what the hell? Yep, Trucker Girl Kiana. That would have sucked if it was Trucker Guy, and I went, oh, Trucker Girl. No, that would have sucked. Okay. How you doing? How you doing? Jay says, Troy and Ben are awesome guys. Ben, okay, he tested me out. Yep. Ben is a good dude. Yeah, Troy is cool. Yeah, Ben was cool. He's kind of screwing with me when we were on the I told the story. One of the things when we were out on the road test, we kept doing, what the hell was it? We kept turning one direction, and I was like, man, we're doing a lot of these turns. He goes, oh, you want to go the other way? He goes, oh, okay, let's do those now. He goes, your test was over, but since you want to do it, let's do them. And he starts, we're like still out there. I'm like, damn, dude, no, we can be. He goes, no, I'm just kidding. You still had to do those. They were coming up. But then when the test was over, he's like kind of teasing me on whether I passed or failed or not. But yeah, Ben is a cool dude. Wait, Ben. No, Ben is his brother, I think. There's two of the examiners, Ben and Jerry. No, Ben and the hell's the other one's name? Nah, I don't think it was Ben I had. It was the other one. God, what was his name? Unless it was, I can't. There's a younger guy and an older guy. The older, well, he could have been older. He had a kind of a twitch. That's the one I had as the instructor. He was a cool dude. Trey says, are all the training locations in Salt Lake City? No. They're at Salt Lake City Terminal and Springfield Terminal, and they've done a little experimenting with some I think just PSD and orientation at Pittston. Troy says, did you run into any drivers just starting out that were over 50? I'm 54. Yeah, I've talked to a few from out here that were older guys. I'm 47, man. I feel like I'm 60. I've seen some older guys out here, and they were just starting out. Because you always look at the older guys, and you always think they must be doing it forever. But I had this older dude come up to me and ask for help. He just assumed I was doing it for a while, the gray. But I helped him. I told him, man, I'm new at this too, but I'll give you a hand. I always try to help fellow drivers, whether they're prime drivers or not, backing or, just whatever, if they need anything. They'll come ask you. I've had guys come to me all the time asking for tools or, things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of older guys out here just starting out. Trucker Girl says, hope all is well with you. Kind of sucks on my end tonight. No parking at any truck stops, and I had to park on a side street. Yeah, man, I super trucker it at those truck stops. I don't know if you've seen that one video. It was the video right before the guy couldn't get out on the ice, but I ended up at the truck stop, and I go, well, it looks like I'm going to sleep here tonight. I basically blocked that. I mean, there was enough room to just get a truck through, but that whole row was super truckers because it wasn't even a spot, and I just added to it. You know what? I park on ramps, off ramps, whatever you got to do to shut down, man. I parked on that one off ramp. I had to, or no, that night I super trucked it and almost blocked that thing. If I didn't shut down within like 15, 20 minutes, I wouldn't have had time after doing even an I would have to do a 10-hour because I had no time left to do a freaking, I wouldn't get enough hours back if I did an 8-2 split. So I had to shut down so I can get to my 90 after doing the 10-hour break. But yeah, shutting down a side street kind of can get sketchy and whatnot. And I assume you call yourself Trucker Girl because you're a girl. I don't know if you run solo or not. Hopefully you're teaming, because I'd be a little sketched out if I was a girl and parking on side streets or not. Here's another tip, guys. Freightliners have like 7 keys that fit the doors. And there's been known for criminal activity and truck stops and whatnot. Where you got guys with key rings, and they'll go. There's a couple stories of guys in their bunk sleeping, and they'll wake up to noise or movement, and they'll see a hand reaching in, grabbing their wallet, and taking off. A tip: take a ratchet strap, go around your door handles, your door pull, right here, from one to the other side, and just put some tension on it, and you can't open the doors if you unlock them. They're not going to open because they're ratchet and closed. Some guys said use the seat belt, but you'd have to kind of make sure the seat, because if you move a seat belt slow, it's going to stretch out. So especially female, I would run the ratchet strap at night if you're parked in a sketched out spot, or if you feel sketched out, to do that. The ratchet strap I have holding my refrigerator that held my microwave in the old truck was originally to do that. It's a side effect from my medication, I believe, but I have very vivid bad dreams. A lot of me being murdered, and I stand and see myself being killed and stuff. And I've had a few dreams out here of people coming into my truck and holding me down in my bunk, and things like that, and things like that. So I can get creeped out sometimes, even though I park in some sketched out areas. But I don't even have a ratchet strap. I'm just used to it. I got some stuff in here that if my hand's free, you're gonna die. But yeah, unfortunately, I have some majorly vivid bad night terrors, especially if something weird's going on in my life. Fred says there's a lot of people in their 50s getting into trucking. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a great career, to get into, as long as you've got, you can afford to do it. I say that, but there's so many jobs that pay less than this and people live off of. I just say that because I used to make so much money owning a business. Let's see. I lost my space. Sorry, guys. Okay. Trucker Girl, yogurt lasts forever. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to get some. I didn't even think about that. And I love yogurt, man. The flavored yogurt. Big Rig. Rex says, food is great. I was surprised at how good they do with steaks and wings. Are you talking about at Springfield? And we got Fred's. Wait, nope, I missed Richard. Hey, Richard, how you doing? Richard says, super trucker. Just kidding. I'm not a super trucker. Come on, why are you kidding, man? I'm a super trucker. No, I ain't no super trucker. Oh, I think they're starting to unload my trailer. Here's a tip: when you're at Walmart, they have you disconnect. I normally back into the trailer, so it's touching. I can't remember if I did. That way you can feel the bouncing of the trailer, so you know they're unloading you. But I just heard a big bang. I might just be touching it. I think I might have felt the truck move a little bit. Fred says, I don't know about forever. Yeah, I got lost there. It dropped me again, but it came back. Let's see. Oh, I need to find where I was at. I need to catch up here. I'm getting behind. Okay. Fred says, I don't know about forever, but when I buy it from the store, that has usually 1 month expiration date. Man, if you ain't gonna eat it in a month, packing it into that little refrigerator, there's something wrong with you. Oh, wait, nope. Is that CLC? God, my eyes, man. I gotta get out of this truck. I mean, I gotta stop watching TV for all day. CLC says, dump your load in the toilet, bro. LOL. Yeah, no kidding. Hopefully they're dumping it off. I don't even know what the hell it was, on here. I never even looked. Hey, Sean, how you doing, Sean? Sean S. says, how's it going, Dave? My favorite YouTuber. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sean S. says, Trey Whitley, I turn 53 in a few days. I start at Prime's little brother on 311, no experience. Congratulations. Little brother must be Salt Lake. Fred F. says, in the full-size truck, they won't let you take out the seat. I've tried with no success. Oh, okay. Richard says air fryers work pretty good, better than a microwave. Hey, I love my microwave, man. I steam vegetables in that thing all the time. Heat up my frozen burritos. Heat up my soups. I make everything in my microwave. I even heat my sandwiches up. Trucker Girl says, my AP runs like 24/7. I'm up to 2,300 hours already in like 4 months. I also tested with Ben. He's a cool guy. Which one is Ben? I see. Now I can't. I'm thinking, is Ben the one of them has a twitch with his cheek? He goes. That's who I had. I think that's Ben. I was just there and I meant to go say hi to him, but the building was gone. Let's see. Yeah, my APU runs all night long pretty much. Not in this truck though, I noticed, but in my old truck it ran constantly because I had the the refrigerator going and my CPAP when I sleep. But yeah, you know what? I don't remember it running. Brad, okay, that's who I had was Brad. Ben, are they? I think they're brothers, but if not, no, I had Brad. Brad he's the one that has the twitchy cheek. He's a cool dude, man, a real cool dude. Ben, I think, was the one when I took my lease class. He tested me on the stupid simulator. Those simulators are a joke. Where am I at? Okay, Trucker Girl said it's Ben and Brad in Salt Lake. Okay. Greg, how you doing, Greg? I'm 50 starting in Schneider on the 25th of February. Schneider still trains? Are you in training at Schneider? My brother-in-law trained there in 2007, and you did a week in class and then 7 days on the road with the trainer. And his trainer never let him drive. He said, just watch me. He said, just watch me. I don't have time for you to drive. Yes, I seen that. Oh, hold on, let me get... Trucker Girl says, I have an International. Those are cool looking trucks. Hopefully they're working out good. It seems like Prime's got a lot of them. I've never seen inside one though. Cliff, what is that? Cliff Lord, I think it is. How you doing? Loshan, he says Loshan pulled 45 on someone doing that. Yeah, that's one of the videos where the guy had the key ring full of crap. Like I said, Prime don't allow you to have weapons in the truck. See this face? Remember I told you in one of those videos that smiley means so here's my face. Prime don't allow you to have weapons on the truck. Wonder if they'll ever search the truck. Fred says, is the International considered a lightweight? I was going to say the International is a full-size truck. It says LT on it. I thought it was lightweight at first, but then I realized, no, that's just the model, like Cascadia, but it's an LT. Randy and Karen Cook. How you doing, Randy and Karen Cook? Why is your name so familiar? How you guys doing? How you guys doing? Why is your name so familiar to me, Randy and Karen Cook? Is that Karen? Sorry about my eyes again, guys. It's so stupid. Yeah, Randy and Karen Cook. Watching TV all day, being a bum. Have you ever considered driving team? Randy and Karen Cook says, have you ever considered driving team? I actually was considering it really hard, and I decided, let me try lightweight first, see if I can make enough money. I would really have to interview with people. I couldn't just jump in with somebody and get compatible. Politics and religion don't matter, because the way I see it, don't talk politics and religion. Obviously, if you found out your politics and religion are the same, that would be good. Myself and my trainer's politics were different than each other. And, he started in, and I was like, dude, I don't want to talk politics, and he respected that. And then as we went on a little longer, we just started poking fun of each other's candidates. And just made light of it, because I'm an easygoing guy. I don't get upset because somebody's ragging on, politics or religion. but I know it can turn into a big ordeal, so I don't like to do it. But me and my trainer really got along good when it came to that kind of stuff, goofing off and joking around. But yeah, I'm still considering driving team. I just don't understand how that works. You know, you make X amount of money split. Okay, say you make 60 cents split. Does that mean you each get 30 cents a mile? Because if that is, that you're making less money than if you're driving solo. Or do you get 60 cents each? But then where's the split come in? I don't understand how that. I'd have to look into that, because you'd have to make a hell of a lot more money for me to do it. Where am I? William, how you doing, William? Hey, Super Trucker William says, hey, Super Trucker Dave, LOL. How you doing? I'm a Super Trucker, wannabe. Richard says, temporarily, you can use seatbelt wraps around the door and latched. There's a YouTube video that shows how to do it. Search truck stop safety. Yeah, yeah, I heard of that. I just didn't, because you know your seatbelt. When you got your seatbelt and you latch it, it's designed to do this when you're, you know, when you want to move. It stops in an accident. You know, the truck's got a jolt. So I would think if they open the door slowly, it's gonna just pull out. Oh, you know what? That's what this thing's for, I bet. There you go. Okay, guys, see this clip right here? If you latched your seatbelt and pull that up, it no longer moves. Wait, but then, yeah, okay, if you latch it right, it no longer moves. Huh, interesting. So that could, maybe that's what that thing's for, I don't know. I always wondered what that's for. Shane, how you doing, Shane? You retracted your message. That's cool. But how you doing anyways? Trucker Girl says, Brad has the red Jeep. Okay, well, Brad had a... God, what was it? It was a little red Lexus of some type when I was there. David says, what's... and then Troy would drive this, what is that, yellow, like a banana yellow cruiser motorcycle. David says, what trucking schools did you research before picking Prime? All of them. Well, all the major ones. I looked into Swift, Knight, CR England. There was one other one, I can't remember what it was, but my choice ended up between Knight and Prime, and I ended up going with Prime. They just paid more. Prime pays the most right out of school. Trucker Girl says, I love both Ben and Brad, they are awesome. Yeah, no, I just didn't meet, I only had to dealing with Ben just a little bit, but yeah, he was cool. Everyone there was pretty cool. They were always nice. That's where my fleet manager resides. I met him. I had to give that face. Okay, Trucker Girl says international sucks on field, but is roughly the same on space. But they do have the front curtains, and I like that. Yeah, I like these front curtains. What kind of mileage are you getting in that international? I hit number 4 one time in the fuel economy thing, but other than that, I'm always below average. I don't know why. And then winter, you can't judge your fuel mileage on winter. Winter sucks on fuel. Greg says, yes, they still train new people. I'm experienced, so only 3 weeks train. and then let you go run. That's cool. Okay, I didn't know they still trained it because I looked into Schneider and I didn't see they had a training school. Fred says these Freightliners also come with the front curtains, but Prime chooses to be cheap and they take them out on the full-size condo. Yeah, I bet you can get them from the detail shop for a few bucks. The only thing I need to get in this truck is one of those chair caddies that hang over the back. So on the other side, I can put my hand lotion in there, my TV remote, my Xbox controller, and the things like right now, there's some things that are up in that center bin up there that I don't want up there. I just want utensils and stuff for eating up there. Randy and Karen Cook. I comment all the time. Okay, maybe that's why I seen your name. Damn, I thought you don't have a YouTube channel though, huh? That just, it seems familiar, like I was watching YouTubes of Randy and Karen Cook. But no, that's probably what it is. I see you comment all the time. Wheezy says, hey, David H. Hey, Wheezy, what's happening? How you doing? How you doing? Christopher, how you doing? Knowing what you know now, would you change going into trucking or Prime? No and no. I pretty much knew all this happens. I did, when I broke my foot, I was down, I think it was 5 months, and the whole time I did two things. I watched Heartland all the way up to the last season they had on Netflix, and there's like 2 more seasons out, but they're not on Netflix, so I don't know how to get them. So I watched Heartland and I researched trucking because I had enough with what I was doing. There's going to be times I'm going to make a video. Guys, I'm bipolar, okay? So I might come off a little more aggravated on a video than I actually should be. Even though I don't really cycle anymore, there's things that can trigger a cycle in a bipolar person. And what the cycle is you can either be going through a depressive state, manic state, rage. I really haven't had anything. I've been stable for like 6 years or over 6 years now. Saying that though, you still have little bouts of it here and there, and things can set you off. And I could come off very, maybe a little depressed in a video, or very aggravated or angry. That might be more than you actually, a normal person, would feel. I could never have done this before I got on meds, and there's no way. I'd be I'd bust through windows. I'd be in jail. The shit I used to do before I was diagnosed. So some of this stuff might come off a little worse than it actually is. I'm more of the world's ending kind of personality. But when you see me all hyper and happy and talking fast and just outgoing and everything, that's just kind of who I am. In real life, real person, meet you face to face, I'm a little shy at first. So if you ever meet me and I kind of go, that's just me, well, once I'll open up. Where am I at? Okay, here we go. Trucker Girl says, yeah, I'm aware Prime does that, and honestly, I think it's stupid, because having the front curtains is a great safety thing for women. Yeah, because you have more space. You can sit up here, they don't know who's in the truck. Otherwise, you have to just go back there and close those back curtains. Now, I haven't said that. Those back curtains here block out more light than these front curtains. I've noticed that. Those back curtains are, you're 100% in the dark. These front curtains, they leak light all the way around the top. Or at least in my truck they do. Trucker girl, one thing I can tell you is just when you're going in and out of truck stops, man, and everybody, walk like you have a freaking purpose, that you're not looking for anything. Don't. I tend to wander. I guess you guys know me. I get sidetracked a lot. But walk like you have a purpose. Don't make eye contact at night with anybody, because the eye contact can screw you. I was in Gary, Indiana, one of the crappiest truck stops out there. And I'm walking from the shower, man, and I made contact with this dude. I thought he was another truck driver. And we were just crossing paths. And I looked up and looked at him. As soon as I did, he honed in on me and beelined right for me. And when he started spouting off his nonsense, I realized, no, this is just a bad dude. And he started looking down at my bag. What normal person does that? He's eyeballing what's in the bag. And I just told him, dude, don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. I might only be 5'8", but I'm a violent motherfucker. Don't even think about it. All I have to do is choke up my crazy pills, and that's the end of you, man. Don't think about it. I get lost on this thing, but you got, man, Richard, what are you retracting your comment for, man? That's the one you retracted earlier, ain't it? Man, I scrolled the wrong way. Oh, no, I didn't. Fred H, I just like the front curtain because it allows more private space. You guys probably get a kick out of me, man. I'm like freaking squirrel. Deer. God. Randy and Karen Cook says, can't you just tie a string to your shotgun pointed at the door? You know, lots of things fit underneath that the mattress, not under the bunk. Under my heater room? Oh, my heater is on. I'm blocking it with a jacket. Can't you just, okay. Fred says, does your fleet manager's name start with an L? Does yours? Let me ask you that. Does yours? Well, I was going to say I'll answer it once you answer it, but you can just lie to me. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Trucker Girl says, my fuel is roughly about 7.5 gallons weekly. I'm finding I can bring it up to about 8, but that's the highest. That's all I was getting in my Freightliner. I think I got 8.5 at the best. But I pull a lot of heavy loads, man. I think when I hit that 4th place, I came from California, and I went from California to New Jersey, and I was pulling produce, and it wasn't that heavy. Fred F says, Ash, that's pretty low. Do you still get fuel bonuses with the 7.5 miles per gallon? I haven't, I don't know about her, but I haven't seen any fuel bonuses lately. But it's winter time, man. And winter, I've been getting in the 6s. I've been getting 6.5 miles to the gallon. This truck right now, the 300, almost 400 miles I went, the dash says I've averaged 7.4 miles to the gallon, but who knows how accurate that is because it's maiden voyage. Plus, this truck might get worse gas mileage. Damn it, I'm saying gas mileage again. Shame on me. Fuel mileage because the new motor. Nope, and I said motor. I quit. The new engine. The engine needs to break in. Motors are electric. Engines are fuel or gas. But I guess fuel could be gas too. Trucker Girl says, I'm lease. I'm not concerned with fuel bonuses. No, but you're concerned with fuel mileage for sure. That's gotta hurt the pocketbook. Hey, Trucker Girl, are you a solo lease operator? And if you are you doing okay? And are you averaging over, say, $1,500 a week? Because I don't think I'd want to go lease unless I was going to at least make $1,500 a week. Net. That's net. Fred says, 10-4. Wait, Fred, were you the one who asked if, yeah, you are. Okay, so that's the answer to that. Hey, man. But there's a few L's over there. Oh, there's a guy whose name starts with L at Springfield. That guy, every time I deal with that guy in driver's lineup, oh man, the guy's got a personality of a freaking pissed off, angry dinosaur. Trucker Girl says, don't get me wrong, I do still try to save fuel where I can. Yeah, absolutely. How fast do you drive? Fred, 10-4, usually lease ops focus more on where they purchase the fuel price. Well, the fuel route should send you to the pretty damn cheap. I know if you look around, though, you can find penny cheaper. I know whenever I need to change my fuel route because it's screwed up and I have to call my fleet manager, I'll hear him on the thing on his computer. Well, that's a penny cheaper. Ooh, that's a penny and a half cheaper. Okay, go over here. It's like, damn, dude. But, you know, that's a lot of money when it comes down to a lot of trucks. Trucker Girl says, yeah, I just chose this truck because I wasn't willing to wait for a Freightliner to come in. I was upgrading and needed to get out on the road and make money. Yeah, I hear you. That's what I was doing. That's why I ended up not going lease, is because I could get in a truck quicker. Trucker Girl says, I'm still using the macro to find my fuel stops for now. You know, my trainer said once he started using that macro, he started saving a lot of money in fuel. And he also says once he dropped down to 57 miles per hour, he started banking a lot more money. He would swear your money was in your fuel savings, which concerns me. Fred says, oh, we might have the same fleet manager. Well, how does he come off to you as far as being a human being? Or no, I shouldn't say that, because yeah, I mean, he actually seems to come out of his box. What do you think of him? That's what I'm getting at. What do you think of him? Trucker Girl says 99% of my loads are heavy. Yeah, that kills your fuel mileage. So are you a solo driver? And yeah, there you go. I see you answer here in a minute. Randy and Karen Cook says, night to y'all. Stay safe. Good night, Randy and Karen Cook. You guys stay safe also. Papa Joe. How you doing? How you doing? Love your videos, man. Love your YouTube channel. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see. Papa Joe says, do you have to follow Prime's routing as a company driver? When I started company, yeah, oh yeah, no, you got it. But man, I go out of route all the time. You know what? I have two GPSs in my truck. I have the company Qualcomm GPS and my Rand McNally. I go to whatever one's taking me there the quickest. Is how I go. As long as you hit their fuel stop, they've never said a word to me. And I've actually had a fuel stop that's taken me too far out of route, and I just call them up, man, I can't make that fuel stop. You got to reroute my fuel stop. And I won't do the macro because it seems like it will try to keep making you go there. And I don't want to really lie too bad on how much fuel I have. But yeah, I've called them and said, no, man, I need to go somewhere closer to get out of going out of, because they normally won't have you go too far out of route to get fuel, but sometimes it was basically they were going to send me out of route onto a road that was covered per the website was covered in snow, and I was like, no, I want to go this way that's only partially covered in snow. But no, they've never said anything, and there's been times where their company Qualcomm basically follows their fuel plan route, I-70 for 70 miles, this, that, and it gives you their way. It follows that way. And there's been times where I haven't even turned it on because I'm just going, I know my way is the better way. So yeah, no, I guess unless you went really far out of route, they probably won't say anything. Trucker Girl says, I'm a solo lease operator, and yes, I'm averaging over $1,500 a week, easy, but I have a good fleet manager. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I was going to get a pretty good fleet manager, John Greenlee, if I went lease, and he seemed pretty good. But I couldn't get a truck quite quick enough, man, so I went company. I keep hearing every solo lease person I've talked to at Prime have all said the same thing, that they're doing great, even when I see them out in truck stops. But I go, you see stuff on YouTube and it's just horrifying. But then again, like I was saying earlier, you get a lot of, it's easier to, oh my gosh, and you get on YouTube to complain about shit than to say good things. Let's see, where is I here? I'm not answering that, Fred. I'm taking the fifth. Damn it! How did you get me to squirt that out of my mouth? Okay, Trucker Girl. So what do you think of him, Fred? Trucker Girl says, I'm going 58 miles an hour. Okay, that should be, you should be good. Yeah, when I was on my trailer's truck, we were hitting 9-10 miles per gallon constantly. Bad for us was like 8.5, was high 8s. But we were, obviously we were running team, so we were doing a lot of east to west coast, and you get on the east to west coast run, you get a lot of flat land, so that's going to obviously bring up your fuel mileage. Wheezy says, I start Monday in Springfield. I'm going lease. Congratulations. Now, do you start training Monday, or you start going lease on Monday? KDS, what's up, brother? Not much, man. I didn't get to your comment in my thing. I started a live instead. I was wondering if you were going to pop in. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, let's get rid of that. Shane, how you doing? Just Shane says, what's up, David? Not much. Just hanging with the crew, getting unloaded. Up all day watching Netflix. Now I'm going to be up all night driving to my 01. That's trucking. I'll get sleep once I get to my once I run my 10-hour drive out. I'm just not tired, man. I'm just not freaking tired. I slept like 12 hours last night. Okay, let's see. Matthew says, are you company reefer driver? What's the pay for company reefer driver? Company reefer driver is 44 cents a mile for a condo full-size truck, or 49 cents a mile for a lightweight. I started out in a full-size. I dropped down to a lightweight. So far, I'm not having a problem with the lightweight. I thought it was going to feel cramped getting dressed and whatnot, but because they have these front curtains, you get the whole cab area too, privacy. So I'm happy with it so far for the extra 5 cents a mile. Fred says, peace, gotta go to sleep, no more YouTube for today. Peace, man. See you on the flip side. Have a good night. Trucker Girl says, I make mistakes, but I still am doing well. I make mistakes, but I'm still doing well. Yes, yeah, you can make. That's another reason why I decided to go company first. I wanted to make all my mistakes on Prime there. Although I'm kind of wondering, the guy that came and changed my tire took pictures of it and marked out the hole and everything. You know, he says, oh, because it's a sidewall blowout, that he's reporting out. But I wonder if Prime's going to say anything to me about, oh, did you hit a curb or anything? Because I literally picked up that trailer from the lot in Springfield, went outbound, made a left turn onto Fokker Street, made a left turn onto Kearney, made a left turn onto the US 65, merged onto I-44 and blew the tire. I never made a right turn to hit that tire on anything, so I hope they don't try to get me for a tire. I mean, I doubt they will. They act like badasses in Salt Lake. What the hell's his name? He's a white dude, white skinny dude who's the tire foreman, who when you're in your orientation, you go over there and he'll sit and tell you how, oh yeah, we check trailers and tires, and if there's any damage, we're charging you for it. Man, I've drug trailers in that were falling apart and they don't say nothing. Wheezy has laughing faces. Oh, did I do something funny? Damn it, what did I do? My memory's shot. Okay, Woody, how you doing, Woody? You see, yo, Super Trucker. Woody says, yo, Super Trucker, can you turn down the load, i.e. weather, or want to just go somewhere else? No, company drivers can't turn down loads. I turned down a load one time and I heard about it for an hour. Well, I think that's part of why me and my dispatcher are where we are today. So yeah, no, you can't turn down loads as a company driver. As a lease driver, you can. I don't suggest turning down enough. My trainer turned down one load, but turning down loads just ain't cool. I mean, would I turn down loads as a lease driver? Yeah, if they're crap, I'm not doing them. You're not going to take my money from me. But company driver, basically my my fleet manager says never turn down a load unless night dispatch is giving, or weekend dispatch is giving it to you, or I'm giving it to you and it's an overnight run, or it's a one-day run that you can't complete. He goes, if it's a multi-day run you can't complete, take it. He goes, because I have plans for it to get repowered. It's like, well, dude, because the one I turned down I couldn't make. It was like a 3-day run and I was going to make it. And this was right after he told me, don't you ever take a load you can't complete. So then the next day, bitches, don't you ever turn down a load. And, you know, and that's when he told me that if it's a multi-day run, he's going to repower, you know, he's got a plan. It's like, well, when you sent me the load, you should have said something before you sent it and went home. Night dispatch just says, okay, we'll turn it down. KDS says, what was your TNT trainer's name? No. No, man, I threw the guy under the bus enough. I'm not giving out his information on top of his truck number. Although I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? I said all this stuff. If anyone at Prime official or anything gets a hold of this, all they have to do is look up my name and they'll see what trucks I've been on. You know, I've been on this truck, Big Dirty, and my trainer's truck. So hopefully they never do. Trucker Girl says, I'm actually going home tomorrow. Going to drop this trailer in Phoenix after I get unloaded and bobtail home. Cool. That's cool. Hopefully you're going to be home for a little bit, recoup. That's another reason why I'd like to go lease, is to be able to take the truck home, because I only live 30 miles from the terminal, and I'm trying to find a beater, and it's like, you know, I'm going to have another insurance payment, going to have to, you know, register a vehicle, maintain a vehicle. Sucks. You know, Prime's new rule: company drivers can't take the truck home. Once you go into Springfield, you ain't leaving unless you have a dispatch. Katie says, I'm good, waiting on my TNT trainer. That's cool. That's cool. Wheezy, training, I can't go company. Wait. Wheezy, training, I can't go company. Why can't you go company? I take it you're saying you're okay, you're in training, you can't go company. Why can't you go company? Do you have a reason? Fred says, don't be fooled by a lot of these lease ops, not saying they aren't making money, but a lot of them don't have their numbers in order. It's always great to have a spreadsheet. Well, you know what's funny is I was going to go lease a couple months ago, right before winter, and I called leasing, and the guy in leasing, I told him I was on the fence. He pulled, I think it was 3 or 4 guys' files, and he pulled out 4 weeks worth of their running, and they weren't impressive at all. It was like, oh, see, one of the things that he kept, doing, oh yeah, this guy's, he made this much, he took home this much. Oh, but yeah, taxes weren't out of that. See, my thing is I've got to make sure it's going to make sense, because once I'm at Prime for a year, my insurance drops to like $48 a week from me and my wife. So you got to take that as a raise. So I've got to look at what it's going to cost me to pay for insurance and everything else, and make sure that it's going to make sense. Because if I'm only going to make a couple hundred extra bucks a week to have all that responsibility, I don't know if I want to do it. My truck gelled up the other day. That was $1,200 that would have been out of my pocket if I was lease. I was a little scared Prime was going to try to charge me for it, but it's like, hey man, I put the crap in there like you guys told me to. But he said at that temperature, he goes, a lot of that anti-gel wasn't working when you were sitting. Trucker Girl says, I've never turned down a load, but I've never been put in a situation that I felt I needed to. Well, that's good. Yeah, we have a good fleet manager, probably. I mean, most likely. Me, hey me, Emmy. How you doing? Hey there, buddy. Glad you're digging the new truck. How much do lease drivers pay for the lease, monthly or weekly? How much do lease drivers pay for the lease monthly? If you're talking about the truck, they pay weekly, and it depends on the truck. It could be anywhere from $900 to like, I think like $1,300-$1,400 a week, depending on the truck. And that includes, from when I researched it, that included all your permits and insurance and everything. Katie says, please just tell me it doesn't start with an L. My TNT trainer's name starts with an L. No, it didn't start with an L. Katie asks, now one thing about that TNT trainer, if he's not doing a job for you, get the hell off his truck. Get off his truck. Call the dispatcher. You'll have his information. You have his number. Call him and say you want off his truck. Dispatch is going to more than likely try to, oh, no, just stay. No, get him off. And I'm back. Okay. Dispatch is going to try to keep you on the truck. You got to remember, Prime is big on you got skin in the game. And I think anything that goes wrong, if you're going to change trainers, I think it hurts everybody's money or point system or whatever. But don't screw around, man. Get off their truck. Okay, Katie asks, my PSD trainer goes home every day and is a company driver and takes his truck home. I don't see why you can't. How does your PSD driver go home every day if you're on his truck? Do you sleep in his truck in his driveway? And what kind of runs, wait, am I reading that right? He goes home every day. What kind of runs is he doing that you can go home every day? Or are you just pulling my leg and dicking around over here? Something's up, man. Something's up. Okay, Fred says,
Yeah, you have to contemplate every compensation you get as a company driver to evaluate whether lease is worth it. You also have to take into account the other 7.65% of the FICA. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, these are all things I've been thinking about. These are all things I've been thinking about. Okay, guys, I'm going to go try to get a couple hours of sleep. Yeah, I feel my truck moving. I'm probably not even get that. But I'm going to try to close my eyes here for a minute. So I appreciate you guys all coming in here. It was fun. I like hanging with you guys, like chatting. Love making the videos. I'll try to make some positive ones. Good night, man. Be safe. Thank you. I mean, by chance, does the Millennium Building have a sauna or a hot tub? I don't know. I don't know. And I wouldn't doubt it if it did. I mean, it seems to have everything else. We'll talk to you guys later, man. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it. Good night.